Hello, CYB503. This is week 7, lab 1. We just have the command history from a compromised machine, and we have to figure out what's going on. So the first command, who am I? They're just identifying the host name, the ID. Basically, who am I is the user, ID is the host name. Uname is gives you the kernel, the and then the kernel version, the 550, and so on. NC is netcat, but I don't see that they did anything with it. Makedir, they're making a directory in the Etsy directory called inetd. They're changing to that one to make it the present working directory. They're using wget to pull down a compressed file from an IP address, and the file is nit.tgz. They're using tar to extract the contents. The next one I believe is a typo. I don't think my is actually a command. I think they meant move, although Y and V are not close to one another on the keyboard. Anyways, move. So they moved the contents into the, looks like they moved the contents into the init folder. And then echo means they're printing to the screen. They're setting, let's see. Yeah, so they're starting init, and they are setting it to port 4040. And then init.config means they're configuring the init program. So I don't know if that means the settings are coming from over the port or they're sending it out. All right, the no hup is no hang up, which means it's like a keep alive, keep a process running after the shell or terminal is closed. And then, so they're doing that with the configuration file for init, and they're changing the permissions to, I did the conversion from 555 to RXR, XRX. And LSOF-pi means they're basically list of open files, providing a list that are opened and by which processes. So then grep means they're sending that data, they're searching for specific data and they're grabbing it. And it looks like what they're finding is they're using the cat or concatenate command to grab the password file, the password list, and they're sending it to a port to ship it out to that IP address listed. And the shadow also contains information about the user's passwords, and so they're sending it out over port 443, which it would probably make it through because that's the secure HTTP port and not likely to be blocked. Then they're running executable called TCP dump, and the N means don't convert addresses to names. S0 is snapshot length, meaning that's just sets it to the default byte packet size. -W, write the raw packets to file rather than parsing and printing them out. And let's see, make sure I got the same page. Okay, so VI I know is a text editor. So the var log messages, it's looking at global messages, including the messages that are logged during system startup. And I think there's another typo, and NRT stat should be netstat, so the person corrected it. And that shows the active internet connections, servers, and established. SSH command means they're opening a secure connection, encrypted connection between the two hosts over the network. And then exit, there must be terminating that connection. So what I found is the so evaluating the messages, that's what I just did, covered all the messages. Where should I get data from appropriate sources? Obviously the system logs. on the system, and then on the firewall, and if there's an IDS, IPS, what made it through? Can we tell if those bad messages or system information made it through, which it probably did. Perform an initial triage of the incident. The passwords are very likely compromised, and account passwords must be changed expeditiously. Perform a risk assessment of the incident. This is a serious breach, and while the IP addresses appear local on the same LAN, basically like this one. No, I don't want to click on that. These are all look like NAT addresses on the same network, which I'm sure they're obviously not going to put real public IP addresses on this document because we probably inadvertently click them. So again, this is a serious breach, and in a real life scenario, likely be outside the network IP addresses that the sensitive data had made it out into the wild. And for escalating the incident, this should be handled very quickly. And if those were domain level accounts, even faster. So that is my Lab 5-1. I'm sorry, Week 7, Lab 1. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.